Hello everybody, this is Music Album Reviews 88. This is actually my first ever video. I decided to make a channel on YouTube to kind of review music albums, because of my name, but I just really enjoy music, so I thought, why not express what I think about music to other people? So, in case you haven't read the title yet, the first album I'm going to review is Nirvana in Utero. So just because this is my first video, I'm sure I won't get a following of any kind for a while, so this is kind of just what I'm going to do for a setup for each video. So first I'll give kind of the overview of the album, then I'll go track by track and kind of talk about the songs, the structure, the genre, etc. Then finally I'll give my rating 1 out of 10 of what I think of the album. And yeah, so that's basically it, I guess. Also, if you have a request for something you want me to review, just leave a comment or send me a message or something like that, whatever you want. And then I maybe not will review it. For now, I'm just gonna review stuff that I thoroughly enjoy or new recent material that's come out. I prefer music under the rock genre, but if you want to give me a pop album or a dubstep album or whatever, go ahead. I have appreciation for all genres of music. I may not like it, but I'll maybe do a review. I generally enjoy everything from ABBA to Slayer, from the Smiths to the Sex Pistols, so I really have kind of a big frame of music that I listen to. So let's get started with the album. So Nirvana obviously released Nevermind, which was a cultural phenomenon, and it was much more polished than their original first record, but they didn't really like that, so they kind of wanted to return to their more heavier roots. So track 1 is Serve the Servants. The vocals are very similar to something that would be off of Nevermind, but the instrumentation is much heavier. And the song was never released as a single, but it was a pretty popular song. They played it live a lot. The second track is Scentless Apprentice, which is, if you were a fan of Nevermind and you heard this song, you would probably say, what on earth is this? Because it is very heavy compared to much of their Nevermind stuff. This is one of the heaviest songs on the album. It's actually my favorite on the album. It features some really good guitar work and phenomenal drumming from Dave Grohl, and as well as just perfect screaming from Kurt Cobain. This is one of the songs where he screams the most. On Nirvana's first album, Bleach, he screamed a lot on that album, but Nevermind not as much, but still a little bit. Track 3 is the first single off the album, Heart-Shaped Box. So I'm not sure if I'm completely correct on this, but I believe the story behind the song is Courtney Love and Kurt Cobain were having some kind of fight with each other, and Kurt locked himself in the closet, and he wrote this song and came out a couple hours later or something like that. The meaning to the song is mostly about Courtney Love, and it's a really dark song, though, lyrically and the way it sounds. The next track is the song Rape Me. Well, at first when you hear the name of that song, you'll probably think it's not, yeah, you know. Well, the song is actually very anti-rape. It's kind of like saying, rape me, do whatever you want to me, and someday, you know what, I'm going to come back and rape you. It ranks about in the middle for how good it is compared to the rest of the album. It's more of a mainstream rock sound compared to their grunge sound. The next song is Frances Farmer Will Have Her Revenge on Seattle. I know that's kind of a mouthful, but I'm guessing by the name Frances, he's talking about his daughter, Frances Bean Cobain. I'm not sure what the meaning of the song really is, but I think this is one of Nirvana's more underrated songs. It was one of my favorites the first time I listened to this album. The next song is titled Dumb, and it's more soft, acoustic. It even features some violin in it. It was probably most famous performed at their MTV Unplugged set. I do think this song is a little overrated. Don't get me wrong, it's still a good song, but I think there's much better songs on this album than this. Track 7 is another one of my favorites, Very Ape. It's kind of a lighter and also dark song mixed with each other. I think they did a great job of kind of mixing both of those dynamics with each other. It features some really good guitar playing from Kurt Cobain. It has the darker side and the light side all mixed together with each other. I think this is the most interesting of all the songs on the album. Track 8 is Milk It. Nirvana is very famous for their soft and quiet verses and then their very explosive and loud choruses. And I think this is the best of example of this. The verses are barely over a whisper and the choruses he's screaming his head off. But the only thing that I don't really like about the song is the lyrics. They're kind of weird and confusing. Lyrics like doll steak and test meat. I'm not sure what that really means, but he might have some kind of deeper meaning or some sort behind it. I don't know. The next song is Pennyroyal Tea. The previous song kind of suffered from not that great of lyrics, but this song makes up for it. The lyrics on this song are very good. From what I understand from the lyrics, it sounds like he's drinking a combination of different medicines and drugs and trying to kill himself. That's just what I interpret from the lyrics. It's overall a very good song. It was going to be released as a single, but Kurt Cobain suicide canceled that. The next song is Radio Friendly Unit Shifter. What I can describe best from the song is basically it's Kurt Cobain making random noises with his guitar that he does famously during Nirvana concerts, usually at the end. It also has some really good drumming from Dave Grohl. The next song is Tourette's. At the beginning of the song he says, "moderate rock," then proceeds to scream the entire song. Don't let that fool you though, it's still a good song. What I can say is it's very similar to that of a hardcore punk song, and it's the heaviest song on the album by far, the heaviest song ever made by Nirvana. The finale is All Apologies. This song is probably more famous from its live MTV Unplugged acoustic version, but I still like the original better. I think that the acoustic version was more of an emotional sounding song, but this song is just a more anger and pain filled. This is probably my second favorite song on the entire album, and the ending, the last minute or so, where all in all is all we are, that's probably one of my favorite moments from any song ever. Due to the 20th anniversary of the album, a deluxe version was released that contained B-sides and some previously unreleased tracks. I believe they were released in some box sets, and previously I had only heard some bootleg versions, but this I'm just going to try to go through quickly. The first bonus track is titled I Hate Myself and I Want to Die. The song was gypped off of the album because Kurt Cobain thought that the album was too long and had too many heavy songs. Overall, it's a pretty decent song. I think they should have kept it on the album, but I won't argue with a dead man, so. The next bonus track is Sappy. Sappy sounds like a lost track from Nevermind. The Rolling Stone magazine had polled for best Nirvana songs, and Sappy was actually number 6, I think. The next song is titled Moist Vagina. The song structurally is very similar to that of Milk It, but it's otherwise not really similar at all. Overall, it's a really decent song. I'm glad they released it. The last song is Marigold, which Dave Grohl actually wrote and does sing the song. I understand that the song was released as a B-side to the Heart-Shaped Box single. Previously, the only time I've heard this song is when Dave Grohl performs it with the Foo Fighters. No exaggeration at all, this is probably one of the best songs I have ever heard. If they had left it on the album, it would for sure be the best song on the album. So I guess this wraps up this review of In Utero. Overall, I would give the album a 9.5 out of 10. It is one of my favorite albums of all time, actually my favorite Nirvana album. So hopefully in the future I'll continue to make videos and do reviews of different albums. So yeah, if you have any suggestions, just leave a comment or message me. Rate, subscribe, like, do whatever. I'm not going to beg, just if you want to, go ahead. Also, if you have any constructive criticism about my videos, just let me know. Or if you have any suggestions as to what I should do for my reviews. So I'll see you guys next time.